Hello and welcome to Today's Explorers. I'm your host Charles. Today's Explorers is a series dedicated to sharing the inspiring stories and varying perspectives of those who have chosen to seek out life-changing adventure. On today's episode, I'm here in Morocco, ready to interview Sabine and Sebastiaan of Puffin on tour. We'll learn what inspires them to explore, how they engage with others, and why it's important that we embrace global cultures. As you set out on your own roadmap, I encourage you to draw inspiration, be emboldened, and learn from adventure seekers living out the Explore More mantra. Explore more of the world, engage with others, and embrace global cultures. All right, welcome to the show, Sabine and Sebastiaan. Great to have you on the show. So where are you guys from, and what was life like before you started adventuring?
I think where we're from, previously we lived in Gouda, in Cheese City in Holland. And what did we do before? I guess we met when I was 18 and he was 19, so before we were just high schoolers, I guess. But in a previous life, I have studied law and did all kinds of jobs in the law field, and you did all kinds of jobs in shipping, I guess, or in the port.
Yeah, I used to work in the port of Rotterdam, and before that I was a navigational officer on seagoing ships. Both jobs I liked, but I figured out I wanted to do something else except for working in an office or something. So yeah, we both just had a usual 9-to-5 job, something like.
Great. And when did you start to explore maybe locally and get interested into more wild camping and that type of lifestyle?
Actually, shortly after we met each other, we had some time off during our scholarship, and we went on a small sailing weekend or midweek, I think, in Friesland, the Netherlands. And it was the first time we did camping on our own. For Sabine, it was actually the first time she camped somewhere, and for me, it was the second time, I think. And we really liked it, although it was for a couple of days, but we just really liked it, and we thought, can we do more with this?
And after our first sailing trip, we went on a couple of city trips, but we still didn't like the amount of nature we could get and the amount of freedom that it gave us. So after a year or two of us dating, we got the freedom of 5 weeks. I was a student and I could move some of my courses around. And you had a break in between some of your school internships, I guess. And we had a classic Mini, and we went with the Mini to the destination we could think of that was farthest away possible for the car. So we tried to get to Naples in Italy. I guess the trip took 3.5 weeks. We went to Rome, and then in one day from Rome back to the Netherlands in the Mini. How the Mini survived, how we survived, I don't know, but I think that was the real beginning of our road trip adventures.
What led up to this trip now?
Well, this particular trip is a little bit double. We a couple of years ago we decided that we have to change some things, and we didn't like the work we were doing at the moment, both of us. We were a little bit influenced by some influencers, of course. Yeah, we did, actually. And we saw nice videos of the world and what it looked like. And our parents always said, no, Europe is safe and just stay there. Don't go to Africa, you will be killed or kidnapped or whatever else. So we thought, like, why not go there and just see what it looks like in real, and not from the pictures or from the news we read or get or view it or whatever. So why just not go there and see for ourselves what it looks like? And 2 years ago we met a Dutch couple in Scotland, I remember. And they were traveling with a Land Rover Defender with rooftop tent. And we thought, yeah, that's a way we also might do it. And we already had a rooftop tent before for a couple of years, driving it around on a modern car. and we just saw the complete picture. Like, that's what we like to see it.
Maybe I'll jump in here. We were exploring the thoughts of traveling a bit more for quite some years, but we weren't sure of how and when. But the direct cause for this trip is that it's our honeymoon, and we are trying to set off our life together in the way we want to. So traveling a bit more, and also living a bit more outside, or a bit more living fully outside and seeing more of the world. And eventually it's also a way of choosing the next place we will live, because the Netherlands is quite crowded and quite full, and we enjoy the peace and quiet of the more roomy spaces and more nature-based spaces. So we're looking for that as well. I think we will land in Scandinavia after this.
And for this trip, do you bring any special skills to overland travel?
Well, I used to work on seagoing ships, on which I also did a little bit of maintenance to the engine constructions and the machineries and those things. And although they are a lot bigger than engines in the car or whatever is around the car, it's all roughly similar. It works the same. A diesel engine is a diesel engine, and bolts are bolts, and nuts are nuts. So, yeah. And as Sabine also mentioned before, we used to have a classic Mini, which is more maintenance than driving in it, actually. Yeah, we learned ourselves how to do mechanics a little bit. We have a proper Haynes manual, which is a brand of manuals that is produced for almost every car. And we look after for it. And also we use YouTube videos, especially the YouTube videos with T-Mux being placed somewhere around the car. I love them. And they're always very long videos, but really well explained by some British and also Belgian guys doing a lot of them. And the combination of this makes us okay enough to do repairs on the car itself.
And you, Sabine?
I guess my special skill is making everything and anything. For instance, one of the projects that's pending now is a fruit hammock. So that's my DIY adding into it. And also wildlife tracking, birding, and photography of all the things we do, I guess.
All right, so maybe you could tell me where you've explored so far and a brief background of the trip that you've embarked on.
I think the places we've explored so far are mostly in Europe. So we've been to Scandinavia, a lot of parts of the UK, Scotland, Wales, Switzerland, Belgium, Germany, France, Spain, Italy. Am I missing some?
Portuguese Isle of Madeira we've been to for a week or two. And some city trips we did before to, Hungary and Czech.
And were some of those trips before to prepare for this bigger trip?
Yeah, I guess everything we've done by car, because the first trips were in the classic Mini. We told you, to Italy, and after that we got a normal car with a rooftop tent, and that was the Scandinavia trip and the first trip to Scotland. And the trip to the UK after that was with this car, so I guess it's building up to it.
And what are some top 3 countries that you're looking forward to visiting next?
Well, I'm really looking forward to visit Ghana and Togo and Benin because of the culture. They have a complete different culture from the rest of Africa. But also Tanzania and the wild, the game area countries I'm really looking forward to, because we really like to see wildlife.
Yeah, and don't forget the different climates, because we don't have palm trees. I did not know dates grew on palm trees, as stupid as it may sound. So I'm also looking forward to all the different kinds of nature. We've seen a bit of desert now, but I'm also really looking forward to the Sahel region and to the jungle regions and to the savannas of the southern parts of Africa. And the mountains in the east.
The jungle.
Everywhere,
don't
really.
Forget about the jungle. We're probably gonna get through the Nigerian Cameroonian jungle border area. That's also really looking forward for that.
And of the places you've visited so far, are there maybe 3 that you could recommend?
Oh, I'll start with the easy one. We really enjoyed Scandinavia. And we liked it so much that after this trip we're planning to move to Sweden. So that's an easy one. I would encourage everybody in Europe, especially to also think about visiting the more colder countries, because they aren't that cold and they're really beautiful.
But also the Moroccan desert area. We didn't knew about that there was tourist areas and things like that. Because Dutch people don't go to Morocco actually. But we really like to stay in there, although it was only for a couple of days, but we just really like to stay there, and we were really welcomed on all the campsites. Yes, we've been to some campsites. We just really liked it, and it was really welcoming, beautiful actually.
Yeah, the third one, it's difficult I guess, because it's difficult to choose. Every spot has its own benefits, but I really liked England, Scotland and Wales. Mostly because it's a big variety in nature, but all really calm. And I also like the neatness of it. It's really, I enjoy the keep of the grass signs and the proud grass owners, lawn owners.
Of what 5 items are central for your trip?
Yeah, it was difficult for us to decide because there are a lot of items we use every day. But I guess the first item I would like to say is the phone. Mostly because you have an overlander community and you want to keep in touch because overlanders help each other out all of the time with car troubles, with camping troubles, but also with great tips and advice and great nights, sharing dinners and driving in convoys. So we use apps like iOverlander, Park4Night, but also a lot of WhatsApp groups, and we exchange numbers with other overlanders. So that's item number 1.
And in addition to item number 1, we also keep in touch with some Land Rover owner clubs. Just in the case we have some issues we don't know about, we can contact anybody in the Netherlands preferably, or in Belgium we have a good contact. We can just ask them any time of the day, we have this problem, what do you think it is? And they can help us on a distance, which is really nice to have. The second item we really appreciate we have is the water filtration system. We have 2 separate water tanks. We have one 90-liter water tank in the car, which we use for, it's the bunker tank, let's say. So it's unfiltered water just for storage only. And from that tank we fill up the water filter system we are directly drinking from. So we can just straight on drink from the water filter system, so we don't have to wait to fill up our water bottles at gas stations or shops or anywhere else where you can fill it. So we can just drink it anywhere from anywhere we would like to.
The one exception on the water filtration system that we did not take into account was the salt water. Unfortunately here in Morocco, and there will be other areas as well, the groundwater has become a bit saline because of the dry climate at the moment. And that's something no water filter can filter out without the process of osmosis. So that's something we could not do into the car. So it is what it is. A bit of salt water sometimes will not kill you, I guess.
Then the third item we really like to have is binoculars. Some wildlife run away as soon as they see or hear you, and we are bird watchers sometimes and really like to see wildlife, and the only way to properly see them is by binocular.
But be honest, you also use them to spot vehicles you would like to see, and ancient villages on the other hilltops, and everything else we are curious about, because we are here to see what's it about. The fourth item is connected to the binoculars, I guess, the wildlife books. We have some literature on what animals we can expect here, and also the different variations and the sounds they make and the tracks they make, so it's good to learn a bit more about your surroundings.
The fifth item is our wash bag. It's a dry bag meant to be filled with water and your dirty clothes, and then you can do the scrubbing on it with the correct washing detergent. We have biodegradable washing detergents actually. and we use it for cleaning the clothes, and we really like that. And because it saves a lot of water compared to the old school bucket washing.
You're forgetting the most important thing about the scrubber. The last reason we went to campsites was because we thought we couldn't wash our clothes anywhere else. And this gave us more freedom to stay away from civilization for longer periods of time. While also having the comfort of hygienic clothes and the proper clothes for the weather you're in. An additional tip from us as well, use laundry sheets. They take up way less space and waste way less water than laundry detergent bottles.
Okay, and now we're standing in front of your vehicle. Maybe you
Yes.
could tell us what make, model, and year it is, and what are the top 3 modifications you made to make it comfortable for your travels?
It's a Land Rover Defender 110 TD5 from 2002. So it's an oldie, but that's the way we like it because we can fix it more easily, I guess. And it has plenty of room for the things we need to have a good adventure car.
Perfect, and what's the name of it?
It's called Puffin, like the bird, because once we were puffin watching on an isle in Scotland, and it was just one of the most beautiful things we've ever seen. And we decided that we should see more of the world. So by chance, the Land Rover we bought after that had the same colors as a puffin, so it was meant to be, I guess.
And what modifications have you made to make it comfortable for your journey?
It used to be a 9-seater 110, originally built in Great Britain. We bought it as a 9-seater as well. Whenever we bought it, we removed actually everything from the rear except for the 2 front seats. And we started building the drawer system, a cabinet system, and a full water and electrical system.
The 3 things we did to the car. One is the most visible. The rooftop tent. A lot of overlanders have a pop-top roof or a different setup, but we have had this rooftop tent for, I guess, 7 or 8 years now. It's a refitted one. And we really enjoy using it because it's really comfortable and you get to look out very high up. And it makes for us a more easy way to convert the car into a camper. So we really enjoyed that one. That's the first one.
The other one is we made a drawer system to use most of the space we can use. It's just a 2-drawer system. We put a lot of stores and food inside actually. And above there was one compartment where we fit our table in.
And the most important part about that is that we can live outside of the car instead of inside. So sometimes we're not the happiest with this choice because when the weather is not the best to be outside, we are also outside, but most of the time it forces us to enjoy where we are more.
One other thing we really would like to point out is that we have a water and electrical system which we kept really easy. So we don't have that much electricity, so we have a small electrical system of 100 ampere hours, which we run out quite quickly actually, on only running the fridge at the moment. And the water system is very easy. We have a 90-liter water tank inside the car, it's all below the cabinets, which we can only empty by draining the water via the gravity. And to make the water drinkable, we have a lifesaver water filter system, which is running on its own without electricity and always working. And the other thing is we have a really simple electrical system only to feed the fridge and the Starlink we have in the roof rack.
All right, Sabina, what inspires you to explore?
I guess I've never stopped exploring, or I've never not explored. I'm just a curious person, and I like to see how everything that I think gets challenged by other people in other environments. So that's the reason why.
Perfect. And how do you engage with other people?
I try to stay curious and open-minded and ask a lot of questions about things I don't understand. Sometimes it's difficult because of the language barrier, but most of the time people are really friendly and trying to explain themselves.
And why would you say it's important that we embrace global cultures?
I think because there's no good way to live, there's no one good way to live. So you can all learn from each other and understand the differences a bit more.
So what are your goals when you explore?
I think just to keep an open mind and to learn something new every day. So what's the thing we learned today?
The thing we learned today is that we just randomly have to stop somewhere at a restaurant or a hotel or a cafe or wherever we think, oh, let's just stop here and hop over to see what it is. You will find people, the nicest people actually, trying to help you out with things or trying to serve you, literally. And here we are now in a random Moroccan roadside restaurant. We stopped, we checked, and the kitchen was somehow closed, but they want to offer you something. So yeah, they offered us a really nice couscous at the moment.
So Sabina, what are some challenges that you've experienced on your travel?
Everybody is different in the way they approach you, so sometimes it can come across as really hostile, but it's not meant in a hostile way, and sometimes it's the other way around. So that's something I find difficult to see the way to best connect without possibly being in danger, especially as a woman. But most of the time, people are the nicest, friendliest people you will ever meet.
And how about you, Sebastian? What are some challenges that you've experienced so far?
Challenges experienced so far is, for me, it's that I really don't speak French, which is a thing in Africa and Morocco as well. So whenever, especially men, talk to me in French, because in Islamic, it's an Islamic habit that men speak to men and women speak to women. So most of the men start speaking to me, and I really don't speak any word of French. So I always point to Sabine because she does speak some French, and then some conversation abruptly end and some continue on a really good way actually. But you never know what's going to happen, and that's a thing, yeah, we have to look after for it sometimes.
So Sabina, what's been the most meaningful moment on your travels so far?
Oh, that has to be Ahmed, one of the Tamzigh guys we met on top of one of the mountain passes. He was an older guy on a horse who was waving at us while we were wild camping, and we waved back. And he just was very enthusiastically, came over, offered us some fruit. We made coffee for him in exchange, and we didn't speak one word of the same language, but we've talked for about half an hour, or 1.5 hours I mean, about his life, about our lives. It was just the coolest thing ever.
Wow. And you, Sebastian, what inspires you to explore?
Well, I just want to see the world. We've been told by our parents, and by the news, and by Western people, let's say, that other parts of the world might be dangerous, are unknown, or people will be crazy, and I just wanted to see it. I've been working as well with quite a lot of nationalities. I've been working at sea with a lot of Russian, Ukraine, and Indonesian crewing. In the last couple of years I worked in the port of Rotterdam, and I met, a lot of people from all over the world, India or China, Bangladesh, Asian, American, Latin American, African as well, quite a lot. And they all were really kind and well behaved, let's say. Some people think that they are rude or something. I just want to meet them in their habits.
So, and how do you engage with others?
Well, mainly we try to engage with others by just talking to persons. Like earlier today, we randomly met a Dutch woman on a motorbike, and we just stopped and had a conversation for almost 1.5 hours actually. And just talking about what is traveling and why do you travel, where you're going to. And we do this style with more people, just stopping along the roads, just waving at each other, and then if one stops, the other stops as well, and that's how it rolls actually, and how it goes. And another way is just by sometimes visit the campsites. We park on the camping. Usually we don't do because why would we? And we're better off wild camping in most of the European countries. And in here it's sometimes really nice to have a place to stay safe. And then you also meet other overlanders or Heimermobiel campers, we call them, hippo campers. And actually those people also have really nice stories to tell and share. And most of them are 50 plus and have traveled to Morocco or some other parts of Africa before, so they can also tell us a lot of stories about how it used to be and how it's now. And we learn a lot of other people actually. We're still young compared to most other travelers, and we learn a lot.
That's great. And why is it important that we embrace global cultures?
Embracing other cultures, for me it means getting knowledge of how other cultures work. We live in a really, for us, safe Western culture somewhere in Europe, or even in America, which is also Western. And we think we are safe the way we live our lives. And we also think that people have an unsafe and really unwealthy life in parts outside of the Western world, and that's not correct. I really met a lot of people from all over the world, and they all said that they think we are living a poor life in the Western regions, as we don't live together with our parents, for example, or our children go out of their house very young, at the age of 18, 19 or 20, which is really uncommon in push children away whenever they start studying or something. And placing older people in elderly homes is also really uncommon or even unknown in other cultures. You live your own life when you grow up, and you also care for your parents or even for your grandparents if they're still alive at that moment.
So now we have made it to this campsite, which is very different than our wild camping earlier. But how has exploration changed you?
Well, both of us roughly have the same answer to this, and that is that we are more and more thinking about what we would like to do and what we would like to do for our future.
We were just saying to each other in the car that we've been exploring for a month now, maybe a bit more, but we are starting to feel like we can choose the way we go and the way we do things and the things we want to do and see, and also the things we don't want to do and see. And it gives space in our heads to think more freely of what we want to do. For example, one of my bucket list goals has been for a while to get all the driver's licenses that are possible, so also snow scooter, lorry, everything. And we met the motorcycle girl, Lotte, just now. So I was looking at motorcycle driving license lessons, and I asked Bas, will you join me? He said, yeah, of course. So it inspires to do other things with your day.
Okay, so we come to the end of the interview, and I have 2 more questions for you. As you know, Explore More has a mantra, which is explore more of the world, engage with others, and embrace global cultures. When you hear those words, what does that mean to you?
Just go and see the world, I guess. Just if you're thinking of your job at home and you're thinking of, I'd like to see other cultures or other parts of the world, just do it. Just go for it. Just dive into the deep and do whatever you like to do or see.
And that leads us into the last question, which is, what advice would you give to someone who is thinking about doing a life-changing adventure?
Yeah, I think start small. There's an adventure to be found in every corner, and there's no need for an expensive vehicle or a certain amount of stuff or knowledge. Just start in your own backyard with a small adventure. Adventure can even be take a different route to work, and maybe set yourself a small challenge, like go to work on a different kind of vehicle, or just jog to work, for instance, or jog back. Just start small.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for hosting me these last couple days. It's been really fun to get to know you and to share with everybody your experiences and your perspective of the world. And if you like more of these videos, then please subscribe, and I will pass it over back. How can people follow your adventures?
We post about our adventures on Instagram. Our Instagram handle is puffin.on.tour, because the car is called Puffin and the car's on tour with us, I guess.
Well, thank you again, and
Thank you.
until next time.
Bye.